But who does Joe let know how the stream's going?
It doesn't matter. In text me. I think I'm gonna try to go in the live chat anyway. The, yeah, they came to they came here for yeah, he doesn't really deal with them, but he's a camera runner, so he like helps the people, the cameramen with cable and stuff
Hi, Joe. Hope baby Luke is okay.
All right. How do we sound? That's the question. All right, so I got the live chat on my phone for now. Yeah, we look good though. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Dig it. Way better than my camera.
I'm
on
telling
my
you, man, it
phone,
looks like
know?
this like sexy vibe we got going on.
Sexy vibe. All right.
Casting couch.
The only thing that sucks, we're going up. Comic Tom's live now too, so it's gonna be hard. So I don't know who else is in the chat. All right, we're waiting for Javi to start
On the couch with Kevin and Justin. That's
on
right.
the couch with
JK.
Kevin and Justin.
Take a John Shore, was not John, what was his name? So, what do you think about that movie? It stinks. That's the no explanation, no way in.
No elaboration.
What about this one? Yeah, it was terrible too. Can you tell us why? No.
Nah, I can't. I fell asleep. Like, what?
All right. Yeah, it's on. We're live, Javi. We're waiting for you to start the stream so we can get it on Stitcher and SoundCloud and all that fun and good stuff.
Let's do it up, guys.
Yeah, I'm just sending a quick message to somebody.
So you know what you want to talk about?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about those books we kind of already discussed earlier.
Avengers. Batman Hooties.
Who is that? Is that what we're going with on that one?
Batman Hooties.
Yeah. Right? Might as well go.
Uberman.
Uberman.
Avengers.
So that's what. Oh wow, you got one. Damn, thank you, sir. I owe you for that. I got it. I pulled the I completely forgot to buy Spider-Man today. Like I pulled both covers. I put it in my box.
Wait,
but
Spidey like amazing?
yeah, I don't know why. I like
Alright,
an idiot. I felt like an idiot. Hold on.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. We're gonna start with Avengers.
No, we're starting with a bang.
All right. So I don't know who's
get
in the
this party
chat. I don't know if
started.
it's Joe. If it is Joe,
Party
shout
with
out to Joe.
JK.
I got my phone for the live chat just in case. And Javi, all you got to do is like lean in, and then you're in. Just so you know. All right. Yeah. You
Yeah,
got
let's
it on
not
there?
forget
All right, cool.
the captain's here. It's weird. Joe's telling me to take my shirt off. I don't know why.
Is he really?
Yeah, he said do it.
Oh, okay. Can he hear us? Ask how
Yeah,
he
he says
sounds.
we sound good.
Oh yeah, we sound fine. All
Yeah,
right.
he says you look good. That's why he said take my shirt off.
All right. Cool. Sweet. Well, shout out to Joe for joining us. Shout out to
Baby Luke.
Baby Luke.
Or as he hashtags it, Little Heel.
Little heel.
I like it.
All right, cool. Are we rolling? Hey, we got Carlos in the house. What's up, Carlos? Thank you for joining us, man.
What's good?
We're going to start trying to stream live every week now. We try to upgrade some equipment, so we'll be going live every Wednesday night. So thank you for joining us, my friend. Are we rolling on GarageBand yet?
No.
All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, we can just go whenever you're ready. We're going to kick it off, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, world? Once again, it is that time, 90 miles from comics. I'm your host, as always, Chad. I'm here with the fellas. I got the man that's always navigating us through the airways, Javier. What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
Hey, man, we upgraded you. We upgraded your tasks now. Not only do you have to like
more work.
Yeah,
to
now
do.
I got more toys
Cameraman.
for you. Not only do you have to worry about
got
the
the
sound,
soundboard.
now you got to worry about the camera.
Got
Javi,
the guys.
Javi just signed on to be on the show, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put your ass to work.
Yeah, I'm
You're
like
right.
he's
You're the
controlling
sound
everything
guy.
now.
You're controlling all this stuff.
So-
He's like, I
Basically
just
the
wanted to talk
producer.
comics. What are you doing?
That's basically what he is. He's our producer.
Yeah, pretty
He
much.
works all day, and he's like, I just wanted to come
Yeah,
home and
for-
relax.
yeah. He actually,
and
he,
just hang, and then Chad's like, no. You coming over to the house? You working, bitch?
yeah,
Right.
and pretty
We're,
much,
we're doing it. We're doing it.
yeah, we're making it happen, bro. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part about it is Javi gets out of work and he comes straight here. He doesn't even have time to like take a break. He's got to eat here and everything.
Yeah. it was
So
awesome.
it's great. But thank you once again, Javi, for joining us. I know you're still catching up. I know you read some books, so you'll be in on the conversations with us today. So I'm excited for that. And
Yeet.
as you guys heard, the big man Justin,
I'm
what's
here.
going on, bro?
Not much. Not much to say.
Yeah, all
Not
right,
much.
cool. Is work treating you well? Everything's good.
Everything's fine. Everything
right.
seems okay. Saw Spider-Verse today. Was
Nice.
excited.
I wish we could talk about. Maybe we can kind of talk about it spoiler free to
Yeah,
a certain
spoiler
degree.
free, please.
All
For me and Javi and somewhat
Spider-Man
streamers.
was in it, and
Ooh.
We'll get there. We can talk some other things. We can just
that's
in a
about all we can
sense,
talk about.
yes and no. We'll get there. We'll talk
get there,
about
we'll
it.
get there.
But as you heard, the man that doesn't want the Spider-Verse ruined is Mr. Red Carpet.
Of course not. I won't ruin Aquaman
well,
for you.
aren't you the red carpet guy? Weren't you supposed to already go see it? Like you already saw
We've already had
Aquaman?
this conversation.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had this conversation. It's like I should have watched it, but a little thing called my fiance got in the way.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
All
Look
right.
at him shovel the blame on the fiance. It's
Right.
all her fault. She didn't-
Yeah.
I wanted to
It
see
was-
it, but
It was a weekend of movies where I rooted for the bad guys. I
Oh, all
voted
right.
for rooted for Dragos in Creed 2. I rooted for Ocean Master and Aquaman.
Oh, it's this guy. This guy.
Right.
Well, I did see it. Took my brother to go see it. Which was
Spider-Verse.
cool. Yeah, Spider-Verse. So I'm excited to talk about it, spoiler free, with Justin a little later. And I guess
Yeah, because I want to at least get your thoughts on it.
And I guess we can try to talk Aquaman, but this guy already saw it, so we'll try to do that without trying to spoil things as well for that. But
Yeah, I tend to be okay.
I don't want
with
him to
that.
go too deep because I don't want him to taint the movie.
Yeah.
oh, for sure, I hear you.
Because remember, this is the one that came back and said Justice League was better than Thor. So we gotta,
I love
gotta
that
really
you-
take his. We gotta really take his review of the movie with a grain of
you
salt.
know what? We should
Right,
just wait
right.
until next week to talk about it when we
Maybe
all saw
should,
it. You
maybe
know.
we should, yeah.
So I want to thank everyone that's joining us here on the live feed. And if you guys have not done it yet, go ahead and hit that like button on this video if you could. Hit that subscribe button on my channel so that way every time we go live or I post a video, you can get that notification on it. So thank you guys for joining us. Shout out to Nicole. She's in the live chat as well.
Baby
Awesome.
Luke,
So,
feel better.
Baby Luke, feel better. I do want to say thank you guys once again for being here. So let's just talk comics, man.
Let's
Let's
do
just talk. Let's get right into it. Let's go into Avengers number 11.
Marvel first.
Marvel first. Well, everything else is DC after that,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna open mic it. So
I like the banner on the cover.
Oh, War of
The-
Realms.
the War
Yeah.
of
yeah, and
Realms.
they're and the thing
It's-
about unlike Infinity War or Infinity Wars, sorry, look at how much promotion we're getting pre.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
4 months. Yeah.
So
But
it's
this has been coming for at least
Yeah.
a year and a half, 2 years though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's been setting the seeds for this war when Jane Foster was still Thor.
Wow.
I mean, because that was like when they redid her story and she took and it was him and they were setting the game with Malekith and everything way back then.
So it's cool that they're getting this promotion. And Carlos just mentioned in the live chat on YouTube that he just started reading Thor #1, and smart man, because it is a great read and it's one of the books that a lot of people aren't talking about. And you should
No.
be talking. We should be talking more about it. You
Right.
know,
That's,
You
that's
gotta-
the book I need to catch up on.
and it
Yeah.
actually came
Yeah.
out today in our
Yes.
pickups, and I forgot to grab my pickups, and we'll show those off later. But yeah, so it was cool to have that, the promotion for War of Realms before, because I was clueless we were all clueless of Infinity Wars. So it's just cool to see that promotion, and it's cool to see that promotion, of course, on Jason Aaron's own book. So
Hell
let's
yeah.
just jump right into it. Avengers number 11. It just leaves off where
It's a filler.
definitely a
It's a
filler.
filler issue.
And it's the filler that I want, because look at that cover. We have
Thor and Hulk.
Thor and Hulk. We might get baby Thor Hulk, and I hope we get it. You can show a little. Thank you, Javi.
Features a date between Thor and Hulk.
But it also
Well,
ha-
actually, no, I'm sorry. Between Thor and Jennifer Walters.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and that's kind of like the B plot,
Yes.
because there is an A plot that
With-
you can
with-
see is starting to it's starting to happen as well. The book opens up, I guess, with Agent Collison.
Yeah.
right?
Coulson.
Coulson,
Yes,
sorry. The
he's
book does.
back.
Yes, he is back.
Alive.
And
He's
we all thought he was
Back
dead, right?
and alive and evil.
And he's talking
Oh
to somebody.
yeah.
And he's
evil.
talking to somebody. He's got a gun pointed to their
Yeah,
face, and we
he's
don't know who this
interrogating
person is.
somebody.
And he's pretty much revealing that he's come back from the dead and
He knows
all this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the person that he's working for is the same person that this guy that he's interrogating working for and all this. So that's the plot A. Plot B is, of course, the date, right? The date has its moments,
And
right?
then you
where-
got a little bit of a plot C with Ghost Rider and Captain Marvel.
yeah, in the
That's right at
beginning,
the beginning, yeah.
and you know, with Ghost Rider having to study and catch up on, I guess, the
Yeah,
Avengers
it's-
and
it's
yeah,
know
it was
their
her
history.
talking about
Yeah.
how when she first joined, she had to take the test.
Yeah,
Cap made her take the test on that one.
it's a good team book. Jason Aaron is pretty much giving the spotlight on some of the other
people that he hasn't
characters.
actually written.
Right. So Cap and Iron Man are off doing their own thing.
Like it's literally
and-
explained the way that way.
Yeah. Ghost Rider and Captain Marvel have a little banter. They start like getting to know each other. Thor and She-Hulk, but it's Jessica. She's in her
Yeah,
human
Jennifer
form.
Walters.
Yeah,
Jennifer.
and he's taking her to like
the Savage
to-
Land.
Savage
Savage
Land
Land.
to watch
from X-Men, which
to
is
watch
awesome.
dinosaurs and dragons like fight. And,
Yeah.
it's, and he's just like, you want more mead? Like it's
Mhm.
awesome, you know?
I
Like
could possibly get more dinosaurs to kill each other.
you know, like if that's what you want. And of course she's
Yeah.
like, what?
That rock looks formidable. You want me to move it?
Yeah. So of course he's trying to boast his Thor
Yeah.
self.
But she's like, she's not into it. She's like,
Not
"Did
at
you wanna-
all.
Did you want to ask out the Hulk?
And my favorite part about that is she's like, what more would I expect on a date
Exactly.
with Thor?
She's just like, what did I expect?
Like, so eventually it gets to this part where Thor has this sappy moment and he explains that it really was Jennifer. He wants to know the person inside She-Hulk. And that, and then of course has this moment where She-Hulk and him are making out. And then, you have that whole thing. But we get back to plot A, and this is, I guess, the big part of the story.
Which is, Black Panther having a meeting with the heads of all of.
I thought that was the
countries.
A plot, not
Well,
the Coulson
That is the
thing.
A plot.
I guess
That
you're right.
is-
Yeah,
the
you're right.
meeting of the
Sorry.
Panther is the A plot.
Because he's meeting with, he's got, I know he's got Sunfire there.
Sunfire. He's got
No, Japan Sunfire. Like,
Yeah.
Japan
Yeah.
is Sunfire. He's got a somebody from Israel.
Israel,
there.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
somebody-
that's she was in the X-Men book for a while. Sabra.
Somebody representing
Israelis.
Israeli. Somebody representing, I guess, Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then
like-
at the,
so
at
it's
the
like-
end of the table, they have the bear,
The bear.
Ursa
the
Major,
Russian bear, right?
who's drunk all the time.
So I like it. So it's like ambassadors
is-
of like heroes of their respective countries.
Yeah, well, and Black Panther. Well, the reason why the Russian guy is there ties in with the whole thing of like this Russian attack that's been going on.
The Panther knows
he-
nothing about.
Nobody knows
Yeah.
anything about it. All they know is that this
Oil tanker
oil
yeah,
platform
oil,
was
yeah,
attacked and then
yeah.
something
in
happened.
Alaska.
Yeah, and nobody knows what happened there. And the bear who's drunk is sitting there,
and
and,
then
he starts accusing him. It's like, oh, you want to share information, do you? And even the Sabra and the Palestinians,
Yeah.
they're just like, well, we kind of agree. It's like, wow, this is what it took to unite us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was so good. That was great commentary on like that geopoliticalness of that.
But they ended up teleporting the bear out. He
Yep.
doesn't make it, but everybody else seems to be kind of on board
Right.
with Panther. Like, we need to kind of share information. We kind of need to work globally, not locally.
Yeah, Captain Britain is there
Captain
also.
Britain, yes,
right.
yes.
He has a
So,
little moment.
I like that T'Challa is really taking an active role and saying, look, we need to think globally. We need to think about
Right.
everything, not
Yeah,
just ourselves.
like
Yeah.
a world leader should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because now that they've got the Defenders of the Deep to worry about, and then this new
Russian
I forget what the guard, something
Winter
Guard,
Guard.
Winter Guard.
Winter
yeah.
Guard, and then now with working behind the scenes that they don't know about, they've got Squadron Supreme of America.
Of America.
So
Which
that's
where the Coulson things come back in.
yeah, and that's
because
who
he-
attacked.
That's who saved the oil deck
Yeah.
platform.
yeah.
Was them, and apparently they did some shit while they were there. So, but it ends with Coulson shooting whoever he was talking to. You never find out who he was talking to. All he
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and
it never
I guess
shows
to
his
me, I
face.
guess that's why it became plot A, because he mentions at the end, he's like, "Oh, do you want to know what happened in Alaska?" and then that's when he fires off the gun. And then I guess that's why I was.
But,
like, oh,
but
it's
the whole
kinda like
time he's
how
accusing him for working as a sleeper for Cap,
Yeah, as a double.
as a double.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we had the whole double Cap, Steve Rogers, Secret Empire. Yeah, but the book ends with Coulson firing the trigger, killing whoever he was interrogating, and we don't know who that was because they didn't show their face.
They
So,
never showed his face.
yep, and that's where that book
I
ends.
thought it
And
was really cool, man.
It-
Seeing
I-
Coulson back as a badass.
I thought it was a good.
Super badass.
I thought it
dude.
was a cool read for a filler. You know,
That's
obviously it
my
was
favorite
filler.
part.
It kept me interested. Usually fillers,
liked
I'm
it.
kind of like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I like
You
it.
identify fillers pretty early, and then
Yeah.
you're just kind of you just roll along with the punches. But this one I was enjoying. I liked it a lot.
I did watch like someone review this book yesterday. I don't Comic Pop. I don't know if you guys ever seen them on YouTube. They review books like we do, I guess you can say. But they were kind of hating on this book. I was like,
What?
man, yeah, man. It caught me off.
What
I was like,
negative
wow.
could they have said?
I guess he didn't
'Cause it
like
was
the
filler,
whole
probably.
Thor and She-Hulk date and thought it was like
I
the
don't
whole
like
main
that.
thing.
But it's funny because since
Yeah.
the beginning,
yeah.
that's something that this whole podcast has been shipping together since
Well,
issue one.
I guess it was really me, you know. I guess
But we
because-
were all on board. Like we
Yeah.
were all like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
it,
none of
we
us
want them
were disagreeing with you, going,
True.
"Oh, they should
That's
be
true.
together."
It's true. It's true. Oh, yeah, I won't disagree.
So this is like the shipping of the podcast.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. For everyone that's watching right now live on YouTube, appreciate you guys. If you can, hit that like button on this video. Help us generate the out in the ether of YouTube so other people can see
And
it.
share it so we
So,
get more people to watch.
Yeah, share it on whatever social media platform you'd like. So, but thank you for joining us live. All right, so now into the next book. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button everywhere if you're listening on SoundCloud, iTunes, or Stitcher as well. Next up, Superman number
Yes.
6. Javi, can you do me the honors?
Oh yes.
I guess
of
now
course.
that we're over here and we have live feed going, you know, we can show the book that we are showing off real quick. And I will be getting a light soon, so we'll have more light on this stuff as well soon. But Superman number 6, great read. First of all, the artwork in this,
awesome.
phenomenal.
Great artwork.
And
Oh my
I just
God.
want to say, like, probably the first quarter of the book. I don't know if anyone knows, but there was no panels.
No, it was all just splashes.
And I
Yeah.
loved that. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was phenomenal. So, of course, as we all know, Superman's been in the Phantom Zone.
Yes.
and he's fighting
But-
Rogolzar.
And at the end of the last issue, his boy, I guess,
Zod
right?
showed up.
Yeah, his boy, in however way you want to
Yeah,
define
Definitely
that
not.
right now.
Definitely not his boy. But
Yeah. So, definitely, they're now it's an all-out fight between all
Zod and Rogolzar.
Zod. And then, you know,
And Superman's kind of conflicted on whether he wants to get in the middle.
I
of it.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I like that we're in between action. We're getting like how he's feeling
Mhm.
about this, and I like how he keeps saying that Rogozar is the one who claims to have destroyed Krypton. He's not calling him that.
But I
yet.
like the contrast of Superman sitting there going, I should get involved, but I really shouldn't. He's almost saying I shouldn't descend to his level. Yet Zod is basically what Superman would do if he was unchained.
exactly.
You know, Zod is just trying to take him to town. And it looks like Zod's got the upper hand. I mean, it looks like he's really
a while.
pounding the shit out of him. And
Yeah.
Superman's kind of
well, they're fighting kind of together.
well,
also.
Superman's not really doing much. I mean, he's kind
Yeah.
of, if in a way, Superman's kind of acting like a
He's-
goalie in that Zod.
Yeah.
If Rogolzar gets out a little bit, he just kind of pushes it back in.
Yeah.
He's conflicted because he doesn't know if he
Well, he doesn't.
should go against his morals. He's
Right,
all
the
and,
mor-
and Bendis never explicitly says it, and it's always very like
There's the moral thing, but he's also thinking about the idea that there's a reason why Zol is doing this, and because remember that whole thing in the last issue, she was like, "Oh, I just figured it out. I understand why you're doing this,"
yeah.
but they don't really tell you why.
Right. He just
So
says it like,
Superman-
what did a Kryptonian do to you?
Yeah, so Superman understands that he has revenge on his mind.
Yeah.
So he's conflicted in the idea, but he also knows that he's gonna go after Kandor, which is the only settlement of Kryptonians left, and that's where I believe that's where Zod came from. He was coming from Well,
No,
I have
Kandor
no
was
idea.
destroyed. He
Kandor
destroyed
just-
Kandor in
that's
the
right. You're right.
model.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He destroyed Kandor because
I
that's
have
when
no
he-
idea. Nobody. It doesn't even really explain where Zod
Right,
came
he's
from.
Superman
you're
is
right.
the
I was
thinking.
getting something
Zod
else.
is here. Why is he here? How is he here?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
Does he
just
know?
shows up
What
at
does
the
he
end-
know? Does he know what I
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Or does he know more than what I know?
yeah. So
'Cause
Superman.
I completely
Yeah,
forgot about the whole destroying of
Yeah.
Kandor thing.
Yeah.
I know Kandor was there because that's when he finally announces
The-
the side that he's taking. He says for Kandor, so Zod understands
Exactly.
that there's a reason why we're fighting. You know,
man,
and
but
I
he
love
does
that
it.
big splash.
But he also does it to throw Zal off, because now the way that I read it, it was like, okay, because everything is happening instantaneously.
Mhm.
He's
Mhm.
like, we're fighting so fast, and
Yeah,
he's like,
they even mentioned that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's like how
Um,
the book opens up with
so he's, like,
Superman talking about the
thinking-
speed.
As he's fighting, and his thought process is like, all right, I'm holding back, I'm acting as a goalie, but I'm also like, I'm watching Zod like go all out.
Mhm.
Which is what he wants.
Do I stop myself from letting these two beasts go at it
Mhm.
To destroy each
to
other.
destroy each other, right?
Yeah.
Do I
to
have
be the Superman he's always
right,
been.
you know, or am I the person to stop this? You know, am I going to be the better person and try and stop what's
Mm.
going on here?
Yeah.
And he's just all thinking this all rapidly as the fighting is going on at the same time. So he ends up thinking, okay, we have to fight together, like
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
He has that
like,
moment.
So he says for Kandor, and he also, I think he's like, he mentions like, okay, I threw Zal off because now Zal thinks I'm angry.
Yeah.
But
I like how he mentions though when he says that he goes, I don't think I really said it for Zol. I think I really said it so Zod would
Yeah.
hear me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
You know?
so he knows there's more at stake.
Yeah,
It's not just history. It's he
it's his
destroyed
legacy.
Kandor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Kryptonian
So-
legacy. Yeah.
and
which
then-
which we're not talking about, but that's what the Supergirl book is about. She's off investigating the claims of Rogol Zaal and telling the universe of the destruction of Kandor.
Yeah, but well, that's
Mm.
yeah, and I guess in Man of Steel at the end of it, that's what Superman tells her to go do.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
So as soon as that happens, all of a sudden Superman he gets projected back
Back
to Earth.
yeah.
Yeah, he
The
figured
moment
out.
he's
He's
like,
like,
okay,
all right,
I'ma
I'm
fight."
going in.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
he throws his punch on, Rogol Zaar, and sick splash, by the way, when he throws that punch, and then all of a sudden he's zapped right back in, right to Earth, and he's like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Yeah,
and
he's
then
like Adam's
Yeah,
strange.
Adam Stranger, the Atom's there, and
Yeah.
Flash is there, and they're like, "Yeah, we figured it out. We were able to like reverse it, this and that." And he's like, "All right, well, get me back." And they're like, "What?"
yeah.
No,
Like,
you're
he's-
needed here.
He's like, "Well, I need to get back," and that's what he's claiming. So
But that's what he
eventually,
puts, like, that's the Superman of him. He's like, he has to put saving lives first, as
Well,
opposed
no, he has to be reconvinced of that because he wants to go back, but they're trying to tell him, no, you're needed here. You
Yeah.
need to-
Yeah, they tell him that because, like, yo, there's something going on here. Batman's in his ear and stuff like that when Martian Manhunter reconnects
everybody
the connection.
together, yeah.
So he's just like, oh, okay, like, and he has a conflict of like, do I go be Superman to these people or do I go back? And he, of course, goes reluctantly, but goes saves all
And,
these
and,
people.
and he's still
whatnot.
having the thoughts and the questions, and he's like, "I gotta find my father because my father's like, he'll have like
he's
the
he knows-
link."
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the answer, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's the link, and then he's got Jonathan, this and that, and then all of a sudden he hears, "Hey, Dad."
He feels
No,
something. He
he's
turns
he's like, I
around
know
and he
that heartbeat.
scans
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I'll know that body from
He's-
anywhere,
yeah,
no matter
like-
how far.
and then
He
hears,
scans his whole body.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he looks behind him, and it's Jonathan Kent, all grown up.
And he's like, "Don't
in a
freak out."
Superman suit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, show that off, Javi. I forget. Yeah, this is cool that we're doing this live. That we could show this off. Javi can
That's the ending splash page of Superman with
So-
Jonathan Kent.
finally growing up, and I think
grown
this is
up.
like a lot of. This is a moment. I think
Well,
a
not
lot of
grown
people.
up, but like at least like I would say teenager.
yeah, exactly. I think it's a moment that a lot of people have been wanting to see. You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
Yeah.
And eventually,
Especially with that cover tease.
Yeah.
right? And we're eventually going to see this with Damien as well, right? So Javi, yeah, there you go, Javi. That's good. All right. So this is cool, man.
And I like the suit design.
I dig it. I like what Bendis is doing.
Yeah. And the thing you didn't mention though too is the fact that they cut back to the Phantom Zone after Superman's left, and Zal has just
Oh,
destroyed
Destroyed
Zod.
Zod. It's
And but
crazy.
Yeah,
in the
it's right.
process, he's also united everybody in the
in
Phantom Zone. So now they're all
crazy.
working because he even says it, we together.
Yeah, because they're chanting his name, and he's like, "No, it's for,
For
us.
us.
It's for you.
Yeah, and
you
then-
are my strength."
And then everybody's jumping off the cliffs and stuff like that. It was
it's so
great.
cool.
Good stuff. Bendis is killing this, man. I dig it. So Superman #6, if you have not read it, read it. Of course, our review is not as good as the writing.
No,
but
no. Like I said,
go
if
check
we're
it out.
talking about it, you should be reading it.
Yeah.
But don't look to us to get the whole story. You need to get out there and read that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Read all these books, unless we tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm digging it. Well, I mean, for a moment, we didn't know. I mean, I guess just Bendis laying down the groundwork with Man of Steel. Like,
It just
we're
took
like,
a little
yeah,
while. It just
exactly.
took a
And
little
then
while.
it was one of those things you kind of just
now we're
invest
just
in.
waiting for action to kind of catch up a little bit.
Yeah,
Action hasn't been the greatest.
I didn't read Action, the last one, and I don't know
I
it was the
didn't either.
reveal of the Red Cloud, so I'll have to read that and figure that
Did
out.
you
Yeah.
read, Kevin?
So
I
No,
want to read
I
it.
haven't been honest.
I was
since-
thinking about it,
since
and
he
I was
started.
like, damn, I want to read that.
Yeah, because when you guys first talked about it, I was like, I'll jump on waiting on you guys. And I didn't like the premise. I didn't like the sound of it. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting the best version of Superman right now in that book, and I'm like, I'm perfectly content with that.
and there's great reason to be. I'll say that. All right,
Which
so-
I think Bendis Superman right now is another must read in DC besides Tom King's Batman,
Yeah.
and now a new Batman book
yeah, this new one
or
that-
two.
And
Or-
speaking of the new Batman book, we'll just go right into it. The Batman Who Laughs, #1, Snyder and
Tee-hee.
Jock.
Snyder and Jock. What a little fun book.
I got the Capullo variant.
I got them both.
Ah,
yeah,
that-
I want to
that
just get the
Capullo
Capullo
variant, I saw.
variant.
My wife even looked at that one and says she took a picture of it. She's like, "Do you have this one?" She liked it. So it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, it's a sick book.
So I was confused before we dive further into it. I thought this was going to be an origin story.
Of
We
what?
already
Of-
got his origin.
We already got his
right.
origin.
No, I know, but I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be like untold side of it or something, whatever. Because it's Batman Who Laughs, #1, or what did he do before he started his pillaging of the multiverse of the positive side as opposed to the negative side. But then when what we got ultimately was I was like, okay, and then to what I told you, Chad, of it felt like he was playing mind games with Tom King's Batman. He mentions the whole thing with Selena.
Yeah, but you got to remember. All right, I guess real quick, we'll just synopsis of the book, and then we'll just, I guess, have an open discussion on, I guess, theories or what it means or what. So
Well, it's just as a high-speed chase leads to
Batman
Batman discovering a body that's
Bruce
another
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
that seems to have been married and possibly even had a daughter, and the daughter's name was May.
Yeah.
And
They-
then and this was referring back to the part, I guess, what Kevin's saying, because this Batman's like, man, if me and Selena would have gotten married,
Right.
that would have been my daughter's name.
That's
So-
instantly I was like, oh, so this is in line. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
following Tom King's. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then again, other Snyder book, Justice League, Batman Who Laughs is in the Justice League, so it's still
Yeah.
in line
you're-
into this universe of the
You
DC
shouldn't.
universe.
You shouldn't do that though.
What?
Put comics like that together though. This is this
Yeah,
is
its
Each
own
book is its own
universe.
thing.
each
Yeah.
book is its own thing.
You can't
It's
really
Again,
like-
do that.
I guess I was
Yeah.
just kind of
To some
orientate
ex-
myself where
to
and
s-
when is this happening?
it's Bruce Wayne. It's our Batman.
Right.
It's our Earth. It's the DC universe Earth.
But
It's
it
Rebirth.
doesn't
But it's
necessarily
not-
need to be
but-
happening right.
yeah.
No, no, I
could-
I
the
get that
current
explanation. I was just
Yeah.
saying, in the time of me reading, I was trying to orientate. Okay, where is this? What has happened beforehand? Because when it starts, you just start off with that chase,
it's
and then leads to
concurrent.
that body.
It's concurrent with the whole Tom King thing. So it's like kind of happening simultaneously.
Well, think
no,
about-
that ending, no way.
Think about it like this: when Wolverine,
yeah,
was
but
at the
you
height
you
of his-
can't.
of his popularity, he was in almost every book in the Marvel universe.
Right, which
Yeah.
is
There's
insane.
no way Wolverine could be in
Yeah.
every book in
Right.
the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to go, okay, comics. Moving
I
on.
just took it as it's kind
It's
of its own story.
It's its own story.
It
But
not
it's
necessarily-
happening now.
It necessarily, yeah, it's happening now to Javi's
Yeah.
degree, but not affecting the main story.
Right.
Because the main stories, of course,
Is
anything that's happening with the main
lot.
titles, those things will all be affected. But because this is like a number one in the middle. It's like its own storyline. It
Yeah.
could be, of course, taking place during this storyline,
This-
but doesn't affect the storyline. If that makes any sense.
I don't think it's within the
Universe.
worlds.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, so pretty much it's a Batman who finds another Bruce Wayne, and then he actually goes.
One who after Bane's backbreaking of,
Yeah.
of
He
him.
decides
Whatever.
to stop being Batman.
But you
Uh-huh.
also have Batman going to Arkham, like to I guess confront the Joker, and the Joker's like, "Oh, what are you here to kill me?" And he's like, "No." And then Batman who laughs shows up and goes, "But
Well, it's
I
not
am."
Batman. It's the Grim Knight. It's another
from
Batman
another
with a
universe.
bunch of
Yeah.
guns, murders
yeah, that's
That's what
right.
you
everyone.
would say. It's
That's
like
right.
Batman doesn't use guns
Guns,
like this one
and then he
does.
murders him. That's right. And then
Yeah.
he throws the knife at him. I
He's
forgot.
murdering her. He
So-
almost kills Freeze.
Yeah, burns him.
Yeah.
So Joker gets killed, I guess.
But it's a decoy.
But it's it's not the
course.
actual Joker. And Batman actually, I guess, somehow is with
He deciphers that like from all the decoys, they all
How-
have different names.
How he deciphered that, I have no fucking
Yeah.
clue.
And then-
that's where I got confused. Like,
and then-
wait, what?
and
yeah,
then-
that it was all the first names.
Somehow all the names led to Joker being in the spillway in the Batcave.
and then the Joker, and then he's there confronting, of course,
I should have known all along.
he's confronting
Alfred,
Alfred
Drain
and,
all the water pipes.
yeah, and
What?
and Batman.
He's
And
like,
then-
oh, we got, but he's trying to tell me, no, we need to work together.
And you're the safest here because obviously, I guess this Batman who laughs is after Joker.
So of
you know?
course, what does Joker do?
He tries to shoot at them.
And
like-
but
no,
it's-
but he has a
no,
trick gun to
he
shoot
has a
back.
back,
trick
and he
gun.
kills
yeah,
himself.
He
And
shoots
then
himself.
they remember, and then Steiner introduces this little peck, which I think is what
Toxin.
happened with Batman Who Laughs
He
originally.
said
Yeah.
the Joker has a
Has a
toxin inside of his heart, and
to
once
make the next person who kills him the next
Next
Joker.
Joker.
Next Joker.
Oh,
and
if-
then
if you want to defeat him, you have
gotta
to
become-
beat
beat
him.
him.
be him. And
So
then
that's why I'm like, okay, this is not in line.
So
to
there's,
like
there's-
Tom King's Batman
Yeah, I'm a
because now
hobby.
this
I'm
one
like,
will be
really?
transformed.
and now there's two Batman who laughs.
Okay,
So-
so this is Scott Snyder and Jock just having a blast.
Oh,
just
for
Right.
sure.
drinking together and just being
Right,
like,
doing
what
a
the
hard
hell
Batman.
can
somewhere,
we do?
somewhere in the writing, it kind of
Yeah.
went off the rails, and they said, "Fuck it,
Fuck it,
publish."
publish it. Like the art is awesome. Like I love that scene where Joker comes up and Batman's sitting there on the chair, just like
Yo,
let's talk.
yeah,
you know?
like what up?
Yeah, I
Like, you
love
know?
that, but it's very like it's kind of cheesy, you know. It's-
For sure.
Well, just the. I mean, look, you had me in the beginning. I liked the detective stuff. I was like,
it was awesome. The heist was
I loved where it
awesome.
was going.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that point where he deciphers the names and you're reading it and you're like, okay, and then you get to the next page where Joker's coming up out of the water and you're like, I should have known all along. You kind of flip back and go, wait a minute, where did
Yeah,
huh?
it's like, how'd you make
Wait a
that
minute.
jump?
And you're just kind of you just kind of go, all right. So
Yeah.
somehow all this bullshit in here leads to him supposed to have known that this is going to happen. So Joker can now breathe underwater.
How long was he there?
And then how
Like-
long was he in the water? But he had to have been there long enough for Batman to go, I should have known all along. So it's just like, was he just sitting under there waiting like he's going to do it any minute now? It's going to be great. Yeah, what the fuck is going on in this book? And then it ends with, oh, to kill him, you have to become him. And it's like,
and he starts laughing. Like even Alfred's like, "What do you? What is? Why are you laughing?"
so in yeah, why you're laughing, why you're smiling, and he's got the white face.
yeah.
So now we're left to believe that the next issue is going to be the Batman Who Laughs fighting the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking like a Die Hard type of scenario of like, I want the sequel book to be Batman Who Laughs, laugh harder.
That would be awesome.
Like just go bonkers. Like
The
that
last
ending,
laugh.
That ending solidifies. This is not in line.
Let me-
This does not affect anything.
No, but
just
you don't
go
know what's gonna happen.
fucking
You don't.
crazy
You don't know
with
what Tom King is gonna do in his run.
Let me-
Nah,
let me
I don't
put-
think so. I don't think this is gonna cross with that.
I enjoyed it more than like the Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
we've all
That
dropped
was-
Justice
yeah,
League.
So
Yeah,
I'll say that
I like
enjoyed
the
it so much
yeah,
more than Justice League.
yeah, for sure.
But I
It's-
think on this one I
yeah.
might give it another issue. But I think since you enjoyed it so much, Chad, I think you should run with this one. This one's all you. This is your baby.
Hey,
Tell us how it goes.
Yeah.
for sure. No, I'll say this. It's definitely got me in on the next one.
It
All
was
right,
a
I
little.
might buy the next one just because
So,
I want to know.
I don't know
If
if
he
you want
comes
to
up
show
with-
off that cover.
Hell
hobby.
yeah.
I'm
Sweet.
telling you, man. The next one's laugh harder.
Oh, we're losing people in the chat
Sorry,
left
we're
and
talking
right.
way too much about the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, we lost 3 people in the chat because we're talking too much Batman Who Laughs. But it's all right.
Batman Who teehees.
There'll be a lot of people catching it on the replay. Shout out
Which is weird because it was a big book for DC. It sold really well last
a
week.
ton of covers.
And
Of
there was a ton
course.
of covers for it.
People
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
this character.
Yeah, man.
Oh
people
yeah,
are
this is
really
a breakout character. Right after
His
they,
first appearance goes for like $75. Teen Titans number 12.
I have it.
I don't. I
this-
slept on that. Do you have two?
I might.
If
Wait,
you have two, let's
his
talk,
first-
Javi.
His first appearance is what?
Teen
Titans?
Titans.
I think I have a variant and a normal.
Oh
have to
man,
look
let's
at it.
talk, Javi. Let's talk. We'll talk offline. Let's talk. Let's
Let's
talk.
do it.
But this character is the fastest I've ever seen go from creation to having not only a statue but a full blown big statue for the character.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a
he was
staple in pop
created-
culture. Like
yeah,
he's part of pop
he-
culture now.
Yeah,
People
he was
are digging him.
created, and then
Yeah.
I want to say a couple months later, Prime One announced the giant Batman Who Laughs statue that goes for like $1,200.
Yeah,
And everybody lost their shit when they started like, "Oh, this looks great." I was like, "But he was just created." I mean,
Right.
this
Came
is the
out, yeah.
fastest I've ever seen that happen.
And
Wow,
yet we
that's
still
awesome.
haven't gotten our fucking all white God Doom. Get at it, freaking Prime One.
maybe they don't like Doom, bro.
Well, I'm gonna step. Well,
Who
actually,
doesn't? Who doesn't like Doom?
Speaking
That-
of
that-
Chat,
I gotta
chat,
agree-
chat on the stream. Tell me who doesn't like Doom.
we got
I
two
gotta agree
people
with
watching.
Kevin on this one. If you
Tell
don't
us
like
if
Doom,
you don't like
it's kind of like
Doom.
saying I don't like Marvel. Marvel
It's
is
right.
synonymous
That's
with
what it
Doom.
is. What it is.
Yeah, I hear you. Speaking of statues, not to veer off comics real quick, we got one more book we're going to review.
Hey, we're
for you
talking
guys
comic
tonight.
statues. This is
For
still
sure.
in line.
I was actually on a live stream Monday night with these.
I was trying to catch that. I
Yeah.
couldn't find it.
Uh,
You sent the URL and didn't lead anywhere.
Oh,
It
really?
led to their regular page. I couldn't find the live stream.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to watch it. I was like, you guys are gonna be talking statues and shit.
Yeah. Well, I can send you the because of course you can catch the replay on it. I'll send you
yeah.
the link on the replay.
Were you on or were you
Yeah.
on?
No. I was on. Well, I didn't have this webcam yet, so I'm excited to go back on with them because then I'll have the webcam be more official. But yeah, I was using my phone, but I was on with them and I talked some
Nice.
comics. Promoted the show. I talked about we were talking about trading, and I actually mentioned us trading.
Really?
But yeah, it was just part of the moment. I just thought it was cool, and I was like, oh yeah, it was a cool find. And surprisingly, George, he's a big statue collector, but he actually knows his comics as well. Like I
Uh-huh.
mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the second print 608. He goes, wait, the one with him on the Gorgiles? And I was like, yeah. So I went and got it, showed it off and stuff like that.
Nice.
But it was, a lot of fun to be on that show with them. But if you're into statues, the channel's MCE. Check them out. Give them a follow. Give them a like and subscribe. I hope to be back on there soon. It seems that everyone enjoyed me on there, so I'll be back on there hopefully soon. If not, we'll be doing more live streams here. So continue to hit that like and subscribe button here on 90 Miles from Comics.
Mm.
And see our ugly mugs.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, and then actually, if you're into statues, another statue channel that I follow right now is Gem Mint Collectibles.
Oh yeah,
And
Jem. I follow
yeah.
Jem.
Gem's pretty cool dude. Didn't know he's from down here.
Was he really?
Yeah, he actually did 2 spotlights on. He did a spotlight on Tate's and a spotlight on the PPF up in West Palm.
Oh,
So
alright.
and he mentions that he's from here, and those were his local comic book shops.
Sweet.
So shout out to Gem Mint because I'm part of the Geminites, I guess you
Mhm.
can say. So, all right, that will lead us to Batman Detective Comics 994, The Road to 1,000. Tomasi's
Tomasi
first
jumps on-
writing.
and Mankey jump on this book. I gotta tell you, this is probably my favorite book of the week.
Can you
Yeah.
do me the honors? Yes, actually, I agree. And it was everything you
Countdown
wanted from a
to
detective
1,000.
book.
Yes, yes.
Right?
I love the detective stuff in this book. He
Yes.
actually is doing detective work.
Yes, it was great.
I
No.
like the story, how somebody's trying to recreate the deaths of Bruce Wayne or
And
Bruce
Martha
and Martha
Wayne.
Wayne.
Bro, haunting. How so eerie was that? That
Yeah.
imagery and down to the details of like their jewelry, the ticket for the Mask of Zorro and stuff like that. It was
Mhm,
fucking
everything goes
awesome.
all the way down. But it was just a great read. I mean, just him doing the investigating was worth it for me. Just to see Batman being the world's greatest detective. I just loved it.
Because that's what he does best.
Yes.
You know?
And you don't get that much. You just get Batman punching people in the face.
yeah.
And of course, he's going back with Gordon and Gordon, do this, help me.
Yeah.
As he's trying to like
I love
figure
that
out-
moment and he catches himself. He's just like, oh, the way they place my Martha and Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh shit, did he really say that out loud?
Yeah, because he's trying. He can't reveal that he's.
Yeah,
Bruce.
dude, but like, imagine
if there was anybody he should reveal himself to be Batman, it should be.
It
Gordon.
should be
She
Gordon,
knows
yeah.
who he is.
Leslie Tompkins
too.
knows who he
Yeah.
is.
right. So like, okay, as me coming onto this as a newcomer, I have no idea who that character is.
You
I
don't know who
didn't-
Leslie Tompkins is?
No, and I'm like, wait, she knows him as Bruce. I'm like,
Leslie Tompkins was a she's like the night nurse in Marvel, the one
Okay.
that kind of wraps everybody up. That's kind of her role. She's the doctor that Batman has to go see if he gets really, really hurt.
was it
but
for
he-
like all the Bat family? Because she,
Yeah, it's
it's
for,
implied that she knows
Yeah.
the rest of them.
yeah, I can't remember her exact origin, but I do know that she knows she knows who the family is.
Okay.
And she's very, very close. I just can't remember her exact. I don't remember, but she's popular because they even do her on the animated series. They bring her in on that,
Mm.
and but yeah, she's basically the
The night nurse.
yeah, she's the one when Batman gets like Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl. Any of these characters get really, really hurt, like badly. They can't go to a hospital.
Right.
They go to Leslie. She's a doctor that she works at charity.
Okay.
And Bruce Wayne funds the charity, obviously, but they're friends, and she's one of the few people that know who he is.
Got it. Okay. So I got like half of that in this book. So I wasn't completely lost with that.
So you got the whole storyline of Batman investigating the recreation of his parents' death. In the middle of it all, something goes down.
Well, to add context to that is just it's another double homicide of a man and a woman depicted and placed exactly like his parents.
It's because
Mhm.
it's the 30th anniversary
of his parents' death.
Yep, which I thought was
Fucking
cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mhm.
And then
And the add to the eeriness, it's they're floating in this tanker in this like Gotham's aquarium. So
oh,
and
that's
then,
right.
and then upon investigating the bodies with Gordon is they were killed elsewhere, then placed
there. Yeah, and
in
then
there
These pearls, I guess, were
Yeah,
put
the-
on the like
in-
after
in-
they're already
yeah,
dead.
in
you
their
know?
fucking throats to keep, I guess, the water down or
From-
yeah, to
not-
keep them to float or something
yeah.
like that.
So
Leslie gets attacked
and
by this like
monster,
thing.
yeah, and she calls to Bruce. She's like, "I need you now,"
And then Bruce,
and he races
his
over
way.
there, and she's and she's and it's after Bruce. She's the bait.
yep,
Yeah, because it picks up the bat signal and tries to smash her with it.
So just before just before Batman gets there, the monster like sprays some mist into
Yeah, from its
Leslie's
mouth.
mouth, and then Batman goes along the way to take it out, takes it out, and then when he goes to see Leslie, Leslie's got the rictus Joker grin,
yep, and that's where the book ends.
and that's where it ends,
I don't know if we
which
can
is a great ending.
It's
if we
funny.
could show that to the people watching
two
live.
bat books ending similarly.
Yeah,
How weird.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
not
super-
that weird,
not
but,
really,
but cool. There's a
Yeah.
cool connection.
but I like this one better.
yeah, yeah, I did like Detective a lot.
No, it was.
This was to me. I was waiting for this book. I was waiting for Tomasi to come on this book, and then now that he's on this book,
I'm on it.
and I love
Yeah.
Doug Mankey. I've loved Doug Mankey since he was on Green Lantern. So I like his depiction. I love his artwork in this book. So I've been waiting for this book for a while, and just to come out of the gate and to do what he's done with this book, just in this one issue, I'm already on board.
His batsuit here looks like the navy blue,
Mhm.
not the black.
I just love that in Detective Comics he's actually being a detective.
Yes,
Yeah, and that's the
which
whole
is all
point.
what we want.
Yep.
But again, like
Mhm.
I know you guys weren't on it. It's been like that since the previous arc with the Two-Face thing, and I loved it, so I just stayed on, and now for sure I'm staying on even more so with
Tomasi was my jump on point.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that
and it's
he-
a
Mine
good
too.
jump on point for other people.
without a
Yeah,
doubt.
it's a great point.
Yeah.
If you haven't been reading Detective and you want to find a place to jump on, here's the perfect place. 994. It's the new story arc, new artist, new writer. You don't need anything to go into it. You just need to know if you like Batman or not.
Yeah,
And-
countdown to 1,000
and
as they're
then-
calling it.
Yeah, and I don't know how long Tomasi's staying on the book, so
Hopefully a long time. That was
hopefully,
great.
but you never know. So, and then we got pictures yesterday of the
For the 1,000?
for the 1,000 cover, and if you haven't seen them,
It's sick.
you need to go out there and check them out. It's another Jim Lee cover, like with Superman 1000. It's a gatefold, or not gatefold, but it's a 2-sided cover, and it's pretty badass.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm
but
all
the
on it.
Detective 1,000 is gonna be just like the Action Comics one of there's like mini vignettes, like
Mhm.
different creative teams doing their own stories.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
cool.
Tom King said he's got a story there, like he should.
Good.
But I think there's gonna be a whole bunch of other people that have got stories in there as well. And
Tom
I'm
King's
interested.
mini story for was it an annual? The one about the platinum kryptonite. That story was fucking awesome. That Tom King did
Oh,
with
yeah.
Janin.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
So
And you don't know the solution of that. Superman literally leaves it. If anyone deserves it, it's you. It's platinum kryptonite. It gives you my powers. I'm gonna leave it right here. You decide what to do. Flies off, and Batman just looks at it and just asks Alfred, "Am I enough?"
Is that the Batman special?
I think it was a Batman special, but it was it was.
Halloween, right?
I
Halloween.
think it was that's what it was. It was the Halloween special, and the Tom King, Michael Janin short was the best one, and it
For
was that
sure.
one.
well, the Tom King short in Superman 1000 or Action 1000
When
was
he
the best one.
visits Earth.
Yeah, where he's thousands of years in the future, and the sun's about ready to explode and go out, and he revisits Earth for the
Yeah.
last time to visit his parents' grave and everything. That was the best story in that book.
I hadn't
And
read
made
it.
made me want Tom King to write Superman.
Right. When you mentioned it, I wasn't on Action. Yeah, because it was Action 1000 before Bennett jumped on. Tom King very recently, like past couple of weeks, posted his whole part of that on Twitter. So that's how I read it. I
Mhm.
read it all on Twitter. Bro, and I legitimately it was heartfelt. It was a really good fucking story.
Mhm. I'm interested to see, like, with Superman 1000 or Action 1000 rather, sorry, who does different variants for this for Detective 1000. Some of the variants for Superman or Action 1000 were good, some of them were not so good. I'm hoping for better from Detective. So we'll see what happens on that end.
We will see what happens. I'm totally.
It'll
Body
be
on
like in like
Tomasi.
6 months. or
We all
whatever.
know that the Arkham Knight is being pulled in within this run, so we're,
Uh-huh,
gonna see,
that
Yeah,
news-
we're
yeah.
excited to see how
Javi, did you
Tomasi's
see
gonna
that?
do that. So
The Arkham Knight.
the Arkham Knight's
Yeah,
being
they're
brought into
brought into-
DC comic
yeah.
universe now
What do you mean the Arkham Knight?
from
the
the video
game.
games.
Oh,
character,
The Arkham
persona,
Knight,
I guess, is
Which
being brought into the
are they
comics.
going to do because of the Arkham? I mean, spoilers. If you haven't fucking finished Arkham Knight by now, spoilers. The Arkham Knight is Jason Todd.
Yeah,
Yeah, he starts out as the Arkham Knight and then he becomes the Red Hood after Arkham Knight.
yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to know what are they going to do with this character? Is it going to be somebody completely new?
Or is it gonna be Jason?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and I had mentioned in the chat that online speculation is saying that it might be Ezreal because this depiction of this Arkham Knight in the comic, he has a sword. He doesn't have a sword in the game.
To which I said boring.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I do hope it's someone different. It would
I
be
mean,
cool.
do we have to use the same roster of people? Can't we get somebody new?
Right. But think of it, if it's not someone we know, then the reveal of the identity, it's not gonna have as much of an impact. If it's just Joe Schmo, then we're just like, okay, whatever.
No, but if then don't make it about who he is. Make
right.
it about
that-
what he does.
exactly. I
you
agree
know?
with you.
You know, but in a situation like that where you got a character who's wearing a mask and you're not going to show his face, then it automatically becomes who is he? But if you have him take the mask off from the beginning and you show his face, then it becomes, well, what is he going to do?
Mhm.
You know, and if you have a chance here to make him truly like an anti-Batman, which I've always said that Batman kind of needs, is somebody that's just like him, just the exact opposite in almost every way. And with Arkham Knight, you could do that, which I thought.
So
would be
make him
interesting.
not a villain, but like an anti-hero that Batman
no,
has
no, no.
to
He's,
deal with.
Make him. You can make him a villain because if to be the exact opposite of Batman, you would have to be a villain. But just there's room to play with the character. You don't
Mhm.
have to just
Right.
make him. You don't just have to pigeonhole him. You
No,
don't have to say
yeah.
he's this. He
I
could
think it'd be cool if they kept him Jason Todd and then kind of just like tweaking that story.
But
Because he's
but
already has his
he's-
own new
He's
thing
got his
now.
own book.
With
He's got
Red
his own
Hood,
storyline. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting to see. I
He's
mean,
not
they-
Red Hood anymore.
he-
Now he's the outlaw.
Oh, he's the okay.
Yeah,
So-
he's got a new redesign. His weapon of choice is the crowbar. It's really silly.
So is he gonna have his own mini, his own ongoing, or is he
The
gonna
what,
be
the Arkham Knight?
introduced into a book? Yeah.
Don't know yet.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because they didn't say where they introduced him anymore. Did they say it was gonna be in Detective?
Oh, you posted the picture.
That's
not
true.
me.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what I read of that now.
Well, I'm excited.
And I was mostly interested of what were people saying. So I don't remember where they're gonna introduce that.
Well, we'll see. It's coming. Honorable mentions. Anybody got any honorable mentions?
Chad?
I mean, I'm about to be caught up on Immortal Hulk, and if you're not reading that, man,
It's fire?
bro. It's so good.
Good.
You should read it, man.
Yeah, I have it, and I will read it.
I mean, and that and God Country, that was
How's that
phenomenal as
one going?
Phenomenal.
Damn.
The next thing I got to read is Old Man Hawkeye.
Me
That's
too.
the-
I also got that one off of your recommendation
So,
as well.
That's what I'm on for that. Anything for you?
Honorable mention I have is Middle West, Scotty Young's
Scotty
book.
Young.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I picked this up a couple weeks ago, and I
Only
actually
2 issues.
a month ago actually, and I read it yesterday, and I gotta say it was a good read. I'm not gonna get into it. It's just an honorable mention section, but it's a good read if you like indie books. It's got an interesting take on magic. So I was into it.
Nice.
And the second issue came out today. So that's what I recommend for people to go kind of pick up and take a look at if you're into that.
So my quick honorable mention, surprisingly, was the second issue to a book I thought I was gonna drop, and I hated the first issue of, which I was telling Justin on the way here. Chad, is the Black Order.
Oh, really?
I thought the first issue, I thought the tone was all over the fucking place. That it was trying to mimic that of like Thor Ragnarok, of this space epic comedy, but with bad guys. So I thought the tone was just really strange. But once in the second issue, the tone kind of set in for me, where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, they're going for more of the James Gunn Guardians feel. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I kind of got it. And it's them with this backdrop of this kind of like backwater planet with this like overly comical, spoiled emperor. And they don't give a fuck that there's a rebellion going on, but they're like just tossed into this rebellion. And they're like, you know what? We're going to use the weapon of this war and just conquer the universe. So I'm like, I'm kind of down for this. And then the next issue now is going to incorporate the Nova Corps finding out of what they're doing. So I'm like, I needed a space epic. So I'm like, I'm okay with this now.
Yeah, but we've got the space epic coming back here next month, I think.
Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Donny Cates. With my
I'm really
boy,
excited for that.
Cosmic Ghost Rider leading the charge. So
Hopefully he
excited
becomes
for
part
that.
of the team.
I'm excited to see how Donny Cates writes Gladiator. I don't know why. I feel like that character is gonna be the most interesting of how he writes him.
He's probably not going to get that much screen time. I don't know.
Really?
Well, he's
He's such a straight arrow, like
but he's
Yeah.
straight laced character. I
he's
want to know
also-
how Donny Cates. Would
That's why
write him.
he's always kind of quiet and like
right,
he's also right now he's the emperor of the Shi'ar, so I don't really see him joining the Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy.
right. So it's like, how is that?
I'd be more excited
Yeah,
if,
but
if the
it's-
Surfer
it's-
joined.
Imagine that's one of the ones he kills off.
But you got to remember, it's
Well,
just
yeah,
Donny
kill him.
Cates teasing
Kills
things so
off the
people will
surfer.
come in and read it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we'll see. We have a month until it happens. You
Yeah,
know.
the whole Moon Dragon and Fela Vel thing. That's gonna be so.
So
cool.
we got, and then actually, well, I guess leading into pickups of this week, it was a heavy Marvel week.
dude,
heavy
stupid.
Marvel
I
week.
only got one DC book.
So yeah, me too. Which was Batman 61, and I
Yeah.
got this Matina variant.
The start of a new arc,
Had
man.
to, bro.
Nightmares.
It's sick, super sick. And then after that, I got Captain America #6. We have also Infinity Wars #6, the conclusion.
I almost put that back.
They called it. They
Yeah.
called that
Last one.
issue, Chad, Infinity's End. I'm like, that's a dope
We gotta
fucking
check
name.
that out. Of course, the ending of Old Man Hawkeye, so I have that completed. So I will be reading that soon.
Oh, Tom put that on my poll.
For
I
sure.
believe he did.
Marvel Knights
Before he-
#4,
Rip Tom.
Thor #8, and then last but not least, to save it for last because it is the last issue of this run, and I'm sad. We'll be 3 months with no Vader. Vader 25.
3
So-
months with no Vader.
Yeah, there was supposed to be another Vader, but the guy who was writing it, he got fired off the book.
Oh shit.
So they scrapped the book. I think it was like Shadow of Vader or something, and they scrapped the book entirely.
But I didn't even like the idea. It was Vader stories told from the perspective of other people, of them witnessing his wrath. And I'm like,
That'd be
I don't
kinda-
want that. I'm like, I want a Vader book about Vader.
Well, it's Vader, so I would have been. But then we got to wait 3 months, and then they're gonna bring this other Vader book in, which was like
Yeah,
Vader,
Dark Visions.
Dark Visions, yeah. So we'll have to wait and see on that one because that one's got a completely a name I've never heard of writing it. So
Yeah, same.
I have to wait on that one.
Shit, I'll write a Vader book.
What you pick up, Justin?
Oh shit. Okay, so I got the Infinity Wars #6, which, like I said, I almost put back because I didn't even recognize it as Infinity Wars #6. The Captain America #6.
Sick cover.
I picked up Extermination #5. Just to
Finally,
finish the
right?
Finally,
story.
man.
Yeah.
Uncanny
I knew-
X-Men's on 6
I knew
already.
Kevin was gonna say that.
Batman #61. I got both covers on that one. Spider-Geddon #5, which I'm really behind on.
The ending.
super behind.
Marvel Knights #4.
He's got one more book.
Yep. Thor #8. Vader. I picked up the Cho variant for Harley Quinn. The Galactus variant for
Yeah, it's
Spider-Man.
it's in my pool. I forgot to buy it, but it's in my pool. I don't
And
have to worry.
then I got the Catwoman #6 variant because I like the variant covers.
Art germ.
Yeah.
So that's the Matina variant for
Yeah,
Batman.
Good old Matina.
Yeah,
Sweet.
and I don't, and I put I had Justice League in there. I had the covers for that. I think there was an Aquaman in there for me, and I just was like, I'm not even. I just put them all, and they also put all the Infinity War stuff in there for me, which I just put back in. I don't get the
tie-ins.
the tie-ins,
Yeah,
so
same.
I don't care. So
Yeah, I'm dropping Justice League.
yeah, I think we all
Yeah,
pretty much decided.
We all did. Even me
Yeah.
after John Dearth, I dropped.
I
it.
just it's just going in a direction that I don't really want to go.
Yeah.
So it's have fun. Hopefully, either it becomes better or
Tom King gets on.
or they find somebody else to do it. So
What you download, Kevin?
Almost the same thing as you guys of the typical weeklies of Batman 61, Cap 6, Extermination 5. Finally, that ending, which I'm at this point lost interest. At this point,
I'll read it.
Infinity War 6. I really want to read this tie-in of Infinity War's Fallen Guardian. It's supposedly the start of the new Donny Cates team. That a Guardians of the Galaxy member dies in this, and that's what starts the run that Donny Cates will be writing. Marvel Knights 4, Vader 25, the end of Charles Soule's Vader. Amazing Spider-Man 12, which I'm still really, really liking. It's a really fun read. And the ending of The Best Defense, which is the Defenders, each one getting their one-off, starting with supposedly the death of Doctor Strange. Which, while you're reading Immortal Hulk, I've been wanting to start this Best Defense thing.
Immortal Hulk is awesome. And
Yeah.
a real quick shout out to Bueller, Comics with Bueller's in the live chat. So shout out to Bueller. Thank you for joining, man. You are the man, Bueller. But no,
Hope you had a good day off.
yeah, I'm sure he gets that joke all the time.
Yeah.
If you have not-
Don't alienate the fellow. Jesus, man.
if you have not checked out,
He just signed off. You said that, and like, nah, forget it. Click.
Fuck him.
if you have not, no, man, Bueller's the man. If you have not checked out his channel yet, make sure you go to Comics with Bueller, hit that subscribe button, and we just got demonetized on YouTube now.
Nice.
So, Kevin changed that up.
Dropping the F
But
bomb.
it's all good. It's all good. It's hey, we're all adults here, right? Hopefully
Right,
only adults
exactly.
are watching. So
Javi, what more are you behind on? that
Javi's on.
hopefully
behind on
you
everything.
will get catch up on.
Let's see. I got Captain America. That I'm excited to read that
Good.
this week.
Batman, come on.
Batman, man.
He's not on
I buy
Batman.
him, but I just listen to the reviews.
Damn.
I have not read Batman in a
And
while.
So you guys know Javi's off in the background if you can't see him on
What's
camera.
up?
It's a
What's up?
Javi, it's a New York.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm digging Superman right now.
Oh,
I've
of
been,
course.
Superman's
I've been
killing it.
falling off Batman. I know
Okay,
Tom
that's
King
fine.
is great.
To me, those are the two must-read books now
Yeah.
of DC.
I'm behind on action. I'd like to catch up on that. But Thor. I'd love to.
Thor 8.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
I can't, man. I tried. I just can't get past that Del Mondo art, man.
oh no, I'm on. I don't care anymore.
Jeez.
Yeah,
And Bueller mentioned.
it's just such an eyesore.
So and if you follow Bueller's comic channel, you can see he says more like Bueller got no day off. So it's very true. If you watch Bueller's channel, he's
He's
pumping
kind of
out-
everywhere.
yeah, he's pumping out videos left and right. And this Friday he'll be live with Nick from Key Collector app.
Sweet.
And if
Oh,
you guys,
I've been using that
and
app
if
a
you
lot.
guys aren't on the Key Collector app, you definitely have to get on that. And I'll be watching that because I'm sure Bueller's gonna be getting some great insight from Nick from Key Collector app. So I'll be watching that stream for sure. So make sure subscribe, like Bueller, and subscribe, like Chad 90MF Comics. And everyone that's going to be listening on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, we're streaming our shows live now, and you can check that out on my YouTube channel, which is Chad 90MF Comics. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll get those notifications on when we go live. So now we're kind of open talk. You know, we reviewed some books from last week. We'll figure out the 4 books we'll talk about next week, you know, off the air. Is there anything that, I mean, we both saw Into the Spider-Verse.
You and I saw Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
which was
I
great.
want a no spoiler talk. I don't know about you, Javi, but like I
I'll
actually
say
want to get
this,
your thoughts.
with no, you know, spoilers on the story or anything like that. I think they did a very great job with each Spider-Man and woman, so to speak,
yeah.
and like drawing them into the story and giving you a little bit on their background and how they came to be and stuff like that. I thought they did a good job on like showing all that. I think that Spider-Man Noir kind of like stole the show for me because it's Nicolas Cage, bro.
Yeah,
it's so good,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's so good.
But the way they do him
is perfect.
Is so good. I mean, just you got to see. I mean, I want to tell you, but I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, of course.
So, and I was telling him on the way over, the way they did Spider-Ham was they didn't try to shoehorn a character like that into the real world and make him a real world character. He's just a cartoon character through and through. And it's just,
so,
it's
I mean, you've seen the preview.
Yeah.
Like when he's like, oh, you know, do animals talk in this universe? Because I don't want to freak them out.
Surprisingly, that's the only trailer I've seen. I try to stay away.
Of course, you know that picture that you get of him in that scene, that's him throughout the whole movie. I guess, you know, without, I guess, spoiling what happens in the movie. Of course, you got Kingpin as the villain. You get to see other cool villains as well in there.
Okay, this is not very spoiler, but I just want to say, how did you feel about Kingpin being basically a wall with a face on it?
Yeah,
no, but
that's what he looks like in the trailer.
And he looks like that through the entire movie. He's just a square with a wall with a face on it. It's just the weirdest
he looked like
thing.
he was part of that no neck meme that was going around. That's exactly what he looked like. So I mean,
and played by Lee Schreiber, and you can't even tell.
I will say,
that's crazy. Wolverine playing Kingpin.
Not that
Lee Schreiber.
It's a
Sabretooth.
Damn it,
not that it's a flaw in the movie, and I guess and of course the movie targets kids and adults, but I guess you can say Kingpin's motives in the movie, to me, like once you see the reasons why, I mean, I felt like that was a little lackluster. Not that it was bad, you know what I'm saying? I got, oh yeah, cool, I saw his motives, but I just felt like, I guess the angle they took on it was just like, okay,
like it was a little like two-dimensional.
Like I guess in the sense, Justin, because you know what I'm talking about, like even if he had succeeded, I don't think it would have changed anything. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was just what he was doing.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I mean, but
if he had succeeded in getting what he wanted, it wouldn't have, the only thing that would have affected the world was the method he used to get what he wanted.
Exactly.
Not what he had done.
He was just being a dick.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But then again,
he didn't care about the consequences. He just wanted to be
and I guess, you know, it was, I guess
like every supervillain.
Yeah, you know,
but
it was classic Kingpin in the sense.
Yeah,
in the
for
way
sure.
It was
That's
portrayed.
I will say, and I'm not going to reveal anything, but I'm going to say to you, did you see the thing
at the end?
No, well, you saw the very, very, very end.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a minute.
We don't have to though.
The thing with Liv, did you see that coming?
Yes.
Did you see it coming though?
I mean, I guess not.
Okay.
You know,
don't say anymore.
All right.
Okay.
I guess not.
But I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I guess
and
I see what
loved
you're saying.
it.
And I guess you can say that's why a lot of people are saying this movie is so good. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
But the scene at the end, we don't have to talk about the scene at the end, the very, very last scene.
Awesome.
It's probably my favorite
post
scene right now.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. It's great.
And how they brought Miles in and given his origin. Of course, it's a little different, but
it's not Spider-Verse in the sense that Spider-Verse. It's not that.
It's like Miles Morales' origin.
It's an origin for Miles Morales, but
you know, it's like their own take on it in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
So, but no, they still nailed a lot of things from the comics. And then, I mean, I don't know. We've talked about this before. I don't know, Kevin, but like you know who this Peter Parker is? I don't know.
It's just an older, washed up one.
Wait, don't
okay.
Don't.
All right.
He's got to
see it. All right.
He's got a little belly.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right, moving along.
And it's voiced by Jake Johnson, who I love.
Yeah.
Do you think it takes away from the movie? I mean, it's probably not the best moment to have this in the movie, but my friend said that he was he would have liked seeing this scene in the movie where the Spider Gwen and him, like the old Peter Parker would have had that moment, like, oh, I didn't save my Gwen. Oh, I didn't save my Peter.
Well, in this movie, and this is not real spoiler at all. In this movie, you don't even get
that, right?
well, no, you don't get that the person she didn't save was Peter.
Okay.
Because the only thing they say is that I didn't get to save my best friend.
Oh, okay.
We know.
Yeah,
it's
we
Peter.
know.
Yeah.
We know it's Peter.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does. Yeah, she
But
does mention that.
She does.
Yeah.
She says it twice in the movie. She says, I didn't get to save my best friend."
Yeah.
So it's not mentioned
Cool.
Yeah.
that.
It doesn't really like need to though. It
No,
doesn't need to be
because they all
mentioned, yeah.
have their own little thing of well, you know, for me it was my Uncle Ben, and then they go around and they say,
Yeah,
well, for
and
me it
that's
was this, for
like
me
a
it was
little
this.
campfire.
That's what I'm saying. They do a very good job giving you
But
kind of everyone's little origin.
The way
you know?
the way this movie is put together, very very comic booky, which I
Yeah.
love.
And
Nice.
visually phenomenal.
Visually beautiful.
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah,
How was
visually
the
phenomenal.
animation?
I mean,
well, never mind. I mean, the animation was perfect for this movie, especially the movie was perfect. But if you think about an animated comic book,
Coming to life.
yes, but
exactly.
even with the word bubbles, though, not through the whole movie. It's just the way they
Moments,
used it. The
you know?
moments they used
That's
it,
cool.
and then the idea. I mean, the movie begins with the picture of the Comics Code seal,
Yeah.
which is
Yep.
great.
That's
and I
cool
saw it in
as fuck.
3D, and I'm telling you, I felt like it was made to be
And
seen
I
in
think
3D.
you're right because I
Because
saw
it
it
was-
in 2D, and there was a lot of points where there's blur, and in the side piece in the background. I think it needed to be in 3D.
Yeah, it was. I did like. I'm not sure how I feel about 3D movies, I guess, and I'm going to see Aquaman in 3D on Friday with Holly. But after seeing that, I was like, all right, maybe Aquaman won't be that bad in 3D. But at the same time, I felt like it might have been like structured for 3D. So it was cool. It was a great movie. I will say this without revealing anything, and you'll get this, Justin. Aunt May,
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's all I say.
Yeah.
Aunt May was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Spinning off of that topic to another topic, I was talking to him about this. I was wondering as I'm watching the movie if this is actually possible for Sony to do, in that, you know how Sony's kind of flexing their muscles now with Venom making all this money,
Yeah.
and now this movie doing pretty well. I mean, it's making some good money. It's getting great reviews. I'm wondering if there's a way, but we're all sitting here going, or at least I'm sitting here going, you know, I want to keep Peter Parker Spider-Man in the MCU. I want him to be part of the Avengers and all that stuff. I love that.
I think I see where you're going.
And
with this.
I'm wondering, but Sony's like, yeah, but we want that Spider-Man. We
need that character.
We need that character. So I'm wondering if there was a way that Sony could split the difference, and they could go, well, okay, Marvel can say, you can have Miles Morales. You can do whatever you want with Miles Morales. Miles Morales is your character, whatever. Just let us keep Peter in the MCU.
Or the yeah.
And then so Peter could still be part of the MCU, and they could still have their Spider-Man movies. It's just
Right.
Miles Morales movies. And
Yeah.
that gives them an opportunity to start over and do Spider-Man movies, but for a whole new generation.
Dude, they could do the Null run if they
They
wanted
can do a
to.
lot.
well,
Because they could throw in, because that's a Spider-Man who was in the Venom book
Mm.
for the Donny Cates.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
Miles
yeah.
Morales.
yeah.
So I mean, I'm just because then Venom is not tied to Spider-Man at all. That's
No,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, they can throw in Miles Morales
exactly.
Spider-Man
And then
into
they can
Venom.
start doing those characters,
Damn.
but they still keep that Spider-Man character that they want. It seems like they want to hang on to,
yeah,
but we still get to keep a Spider-Man character too in the MCU.
yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was watching the movie. I was like, that would be an interesting. I wonder if they would go for that. I wonder if that would be a compromise that both those studios would be willing to
Do it, yeah.
do.
Well,
And it would probably just come down to villains.
I'm sure.
Right.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna. I'm sure
And
we're gonna find
name,
out in the
too.
very near future,
Hell
right?
yeah, like
Because
probably within
this-
the next year or two.
I'm sure because
Yeah.
after this
But-
movie
but
comes
think
out, it's
about
all
the
gonna be
to- like
coming
the
down.
Toys and like that would be very confusing market.
Oh, man.
No, because you could
Not so
just,
much.
not so much because you could market. You just have to market one way and the other. So you have Miles Morales be Spider-Man.
Oh, there's like who
You have to rebrand everything. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, who makes the Marvel toys?
Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Mhm.
Is there any other toy company that makes?
I think only Hasbro's
Well-
license because Hasbro's licensed on the Disney,
Yeah.
which owns the Marvel characters.
So Fox would have to get their own.
And Sony.
Well,
Sony
no,
would
yeah,
have to get
I
their
read
own.
something the other day that Fox deal's almost done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said it will be ending earlier, like January.
Yeah.
Stupid early. That's crazy.
Sweet.
Well, they're apparently the people on the side that make the decisions are like, no, we want this to happen. Let's rush this through. So it's
That's
just
sick.
interesting to see.
That's sad for some, but sick for us, for the fans.
Yep.
It just depends on how fast they get something into production. How fast can they start using those characters that we want them to use? Do we get a Fantastic Four movie within the next 2-3 years?
Nah, probably not 2 or 3.
No.
I say probably.
Do we
after that.
get references to X-Men and stuff in the movies that are getting ready to come out now? Like they could just read ADR at scenes.
I think we'll have a better idea after Endgame.
yeah.
After Endgame,
Well, of
like
course.
now that Doctor Strange 2 is filming, Black Widow movie is supposedly gearing up for development, like Eternals and stuff. I think that is gonna start getting okay. Phase 4 now is let's start focusing on the newly acquired characters and stuff. And I'm convinced the next big bad is a Galactus or Silver
Well,
Surfer.
If they're going to do Galactus, they have to do Galactus correctly.
Yes,
Onslaught. They should do Onslaught.
with like the X-Men.
Yeah, they should do it.
I
Throwing.
don't know. I think
That's
that
a
would be
really
little,
tough character to
That's
get
a
right.
deep dive.
I know,
That's a
but
deep dive.
They should do it.
They should.
I
That's
think they should do
really-
Sinister before they do Onslaught.
They should make Onslaught the next Thanos.
No,
and then
I'm with
make,
Justin.
like,
Sinister,
Mm.
man. Sinister would be a
If
dope
we're going to use
villain to
X-Men
start.
villains, is what I'm saying.
I got a first appearance 221.
Sinister?
Yeah,
Mm.
there's one on the wall at Corcus too. It's not badly priced as well.
I never read any of the
So-
Sinister runs. I'm not.
I just
super
know him as a
familiar.
character.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it
not super-
was an interesting character to me.
yeah.
But I mean, I read the entire Onslaught run, and that one went off the rails.
It's not
fairly
that,
early.
It's not that. It's,
No. I mean, it was started out great with the whole idea that he, the traitor, the ex-traitor, and then it turned out to be spoilers, Professor X,
oh,
who
that's
turns
not-
Of course.
to Onslaught because when Professor X mind wiped Magneto during Fatal Attractions,
or something. Yeah, I don't know.
a piece of Magneto jumped ship into Xavier's brain. So it started to release the dark side of Xavier and
Yeah.
he's the
And they merged the
X-Traitor.
two.
Yeah, and then it kind of went off the rails fairly quickly.
I think a cool way to back to the MCU thing, a cool way to kind of linchpin, let's say like Fantastic Four would be that the newly acquired or the last acquired Avengers Tower is now the Baxter Building, because since they moved to the Avengers headquarters, we've not gotten any reference to what's become of that tower.
See, I think a good way to linchpin into a Fantastic Four movie, especially for them and the way they do things, is you need to introduce a character fairly early on. Like they need to go to Reed for something, and you go, holy shit, they're going to Reed Richards for something. That means
Like an old MIT colleague of Stark.
or
That'd be cool.
or Banner.
I would actually prefer that.
Yeah,
Banner.
like Banner's like, hey, we need to talk about some of this cosmic stuff. It's getting a little too deep, and it's like, hey, wait, I know a guy.
Now, would we want a retelling of their origin again?
I don't think you need
Nah.
it, but then again, at the same time, their origin has been retconned so many times,
Right.
and it's getting ready to be retconned again in the pages of the Fantastic Four book.
Really?
Yeah, because that's the thing in
After
in
the
the
wedding?
upcoming after the wedding is the tagline is who gave the Fantastic Four their powers.
What?
Yeah. So they're getting ready to kind of retcon
Slots
it again.
retconning everything. Eh?
Yeah.
Dude.
So the idea is if you give an origin story at this point, you would have to kind of I don't know, because there's a couple of them out there. I mean, there's the original Cosmic Waves, whatever, rocket
Went into
back to Earth.
space. Yeah.
But then there's the version that they used in
Ultimate.
all which was ultimately the one they used in the terrible last Fantastic.
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, which was the ultimate version. But they could still use now this is another thing I was thinking of too. Since they used the ultimate version of that storyline, they could actually continue to use that character and just turn Miles Teller into the Maker.
yeah, I don't know
Ooh.
if they're gonna do that.
Yo, speaking of the maker,
Don't do that
sorry
for
to
me,
change
man.
the subject, but that cover of Venom 12.
Oh yeah,
With the
Maker on it,
stretching
yeah.
on him.
Yeah,
I think
Ooh-wee.
it's like a scalper, right? Like through his face.
I don't even know, but that cover looks awesome. I just can't wait for that book to come out. I can't wait.
I can't
Hot
wait to
run,
see
hot run.
Spider-Verse. I can't wait to rewatch Aquaman in IMAX.
Hey, I'm watching Aquaman Friday. I'm watching
You'll
Aquaman
like it.
Friday.
I'm not giving anything away, but you will like it.
When are you seeing it?
Don't know yet. Hopefully
Alright.
this weekend.
All right, Javi. Friday.
Friday.
So we'll be
Javi,
talking
when are
next
you
week.
seeing it? With you, asshole.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, I forgot.
I'm curious to how it looks in 3D though, because again,
let you
after
know.
watching it, I think the best experience for that movie is IMAX
All right.
with the Dolby sound, seeing all the insanely creative and inventive imagery on
You
screen
talking
on a
about
big screen.
IMAX?
That's what I want.
IMAX?
All right.
Aquaman.
Well, I got
IMAX?
I
got-
want, yeah, Dolby
Museum.
Are
IMAX.
you going to
Like
see it at the Pembroke, or are you going to see it at the real IMAX
Like
theater in Fort
museum
Lauderdale?
of
Whoever would want
Yo,
to go see it.
I have
up to
4
them.
tickets to the IMAX in Fort Lauderdale. That actually,
Okay,
I-
see, that's real
we-
IMAX.
that's
we
real
won-
IMAX.
my
yeah.
brother won from Corcas because I put his
Sweet.
name in the Spider-Verse thing.
That's
and they pulled his
awesome.
name. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
but they don't expire until January. Of course, I could have used them before the Spider-Verse, but we had already saw it, and we weren't going to try to squeeze it in this week. But we're going to try to like squeeze in an IMAX movie for that. So maybe
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
IMAX they got in these normal theaters, that's not IMAX.
Well,
It's
that's
not
what I mean.
IMAX.
The Dolby experience.
All
That's
right.
my
Yeah.
favorite.
Well, I'm
in-theater
checking it out
experience.
in 3D, so I'll let you
You will
guys know
like
what
it.
it's like next week. Before we sign off, is
Now,
there
is
anything
any-
else we need to talk about?
Is anybody seeing Bumblebee?
No, I want
I
Eventually,
can't
to.
wait.
So
After
it's
all
all
those reviews,
It's on the
I
back
can't wait.
It's on the back
yeah,
burner.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll get to it. Actually, I was invited to go to the double feature with Corker tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I can because of work. So I'll figure that out. And
Double feature.
he's going to Aquaman and then Bumblebee, and he invited me
Nice.
to go
Helps
see
to have
that.
friends, I guess.
So-
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
So,
That's sick,
well,
though.
I heard Marvel is restarting. I don't
Again?
know.
No. IDW.
I think Marvel too, though.
I read that it was. I heard. I think I read the same thing you read about Transformers.
No, I mean you talking like Marvel Comics, like their comic run
Yeah.
is supposedly they're restarting their numbers again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still
Yeah.
talking about Transformers.
No.
Yeah, no. IDW is
all
getting
right.
ready to start Transformers up again. That's what I read, and it's going to deal with before the war on Cybertron broke out.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's actually a cool jumping on point then.
Yeah,
I heard
wanna read it.
that whatever the director of Bumblebee is,
Travis Knight.
I don't know if it's him or somebody else or somebody they want to do like a full CGI Transformers like
That was his pitch.
oh yeah,
like
Oh.
war
all right.
movie.
We'll
That was
save
his
that for
pitch.
another time. We
Yeah.
got to wrap it up, guys. It's starting to get late. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you, Justin, for being here. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you,
Of
Javi.
course.
Thank you, everyone that's watching the live stream. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Check us out. iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Hopefully Spotify soon, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
All right. And then you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube at Chad90MF Comics.
Same with me anywhere at Kevin to the core. Go watch Aquaman.
Justin,
TALYN00 everywhere.
Javi, anything from you?
Just check us out at the Comic Book Podcast. That's it.
All right, for sure. Remember, go get your books, guys. Thank you for
Go
everyone
get
in the
your
live chat
books.
as well.
All right.
I'll just say one thing.
We're still live,
My-
so on YouTube, so
I'll
those
just
people
say
can hear
one
us.
thing,
I just wanted to
even
end up
people still
on
there.
the recording part, but
Of
yeah.
course. I'll just say one thing. My fear with Aquaman. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember that I was worried that it might be overbloated because there was a lot of things going on in the trailers and stuff like that. Completely smashed after the movie. I think it flowed well. And
Oh,
it
good.
made sense of seeing.
I just don't want to get it too inflated of an opinion of this movie before I go see it.
No, I'm not trying to be like it's the end all be all, but it's really fucking good for on a movie about Aquaman.
All right, for sure.
All I can think about every time I see the poster for Aquaman is
The Entourage.
Entourage. Yeah, that's all I can think about.
Fucking
It's
James
like
Cameron.
Yeah.
Vinny Chase as
too good.
Oh man,
Aquaman.
I love the Entourage, man.
Well, thank you for everyone joining us in the live chat. Have a good night, Carlos. Have a good night,
Stay
Bueller.
sweaty.
We'll check you guys out next week. Peace.